Hi, I'm Rosemary Rumbizai JK, and I have a question for you. Have you ever woken up in the morning, decided you wanted cereal to start your day, so you travel downstairs, you get your bowl, pour your cereal in there, you open the fridge, you get the milk carton, and as you're opening it, you see on the rim dried up flakes of milk. You get a bit disgusted because it's like seeing a little sight of your milk if it were to be expired, and it's just like dried up milk. You wouldn't want that in your cereal. You weren't planning on eating that or chewing that, and it's just disgusting you at the moment. So you decide to close it, put it back in the fridge, and not even eat the cereal anymore. And your day is a bit ruined just for that time. Or even you might go ahead, you might eat the cereal at the end of the day, clean the rim, pour it in your milk and eat it. And then by the end of the day, a pimple has shown, or the next day you have a small breakout and you're wondering why or where this is coming from. And you don't realize it's actually from the cow milk you're drinking that you're putting in your cereal. But I do have an alternative to this, and that alternative is almond milk. Almond milk is a great alternative to cow milk because it has the same great nutrients and it covers the amount that you need while providing you a cleaner, healthier lubricant for your cereal or for your yogurt, ice cream, or even eggs. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you a short and impactful speech on the cons of milk and the pros of almond milk. So first off, we're going to start with the cons of cow milk, just so that I can give you the negatives first, then end on the positives, so that I can leave you off with a good high note and so that your day is not ruined. But I do advise, with the negative stuff, you're going to hear some things that may disgust you and may turn you away from cow's milk altogether, which I'm hoping it will do. First negative I want to start out with is that the ingredients or the microbiomes in milk actually do have an association with your skin, and it does cause for acne to occur. So when people talk about having a nice and balanced diet, because what goes in your body comes out, and the things that go in your body do come out on your skin as well. It can change the way that your face becomes moisturized, it becomes very oily, it can become very dry. So cow milk does have a way of altering this. Another important fact is that the cows that are at the dairy farms are being pumped with a bunch of antibiotics. And the reason for this, according to PETA's 2018 12 Reasons to Stop Drinking Cow's Milk, is because they're trying to keep the cows living longer, producing milk in the filthy dairy farm conditions that they live in. And when this doesn't work out, because the cows are being overworked, and by that I mean that cows are always being forced to reproduce, because the only way they can give milk is if they're pregnant or they just gave birth. So they use ways that are not natural ways of reproduction, and they use certain materials or tools or devices to impregnate the cows. So it keeps occurring over and over and over again as soon as they give birth to one of them. Now that you know that they're being overworked such as that, the antibiotics don't always come through, and in the end they become overworked, and then they begin to have an infection, mastitis, which occurs in the uterus. According to milkfacts.info 2019's article, Microbiome Issues, it is an inflammation and infection in the udder. And this causes for a very red, inflamed udder, and an udder that is bleeding, causing bleeding there. And regardless, most dairy farmers are going to still try to milk the cow and get milk from their udder, regardless of the fact that they do have this infection. Therefore, once they're milking the cows, blood will be coming into that milk. And in order to take away that red coloring that will come with the blood and to give it that white coloring that is usually associated with cow's milk, they put it through filtration. However, the filtration doesn't always, actually doesn't get through filtering out all the unnecessary or harmful microbiomes that are in the actual milk. It just really gives it off that clean color. And by this, I mean that you'll still have somatic cells within the milk. And somatic cells there'll be high counts of somatic cells once the cow has that infection. And it'll be high counts in your milk, harder for the filtration to get rid of it, but it's still used regardless because in the U.S., they allow for 750,000 somatic cells in milk. And with these somatic cells, it's white blood cells. So think about the white pus that we have when we get pimples. That is aka somatic cells in a sense. So you'll be having pus in your milk, and that's disgusting to drink. And you put it in your cereal, you put it in your yogurt, you put in so many things in your eggs, and that's what's being contained in there. But on the bright side, since there is light to this darkness, like I said previously, the alternative to this is almond milk in order to avoid these problems that come with cow's milk. Therefore, you'll be getting the necessary nutrients that you do need, even through the almond milk. So, to give off a positive light to this speech, there's one really great pro or benefit to almond milk, and there are many more which I will name, but this one I really find beneficial because you can actually make almond milk yourself. It does take some time to make, but I think the benefits to it are worth it compared to drinking cow's milk, where you don't know what's being done with it, what's being put in it, and how it's being made. On the other hand, making the almond milk, you know how it's being handled, you know what you're putting in it, you know what is going to come out from it, and what you're putting in your body and what you will come out with. And not only that, but almond milk does also come in with the nutrients, like I've said before, that cow's milk does bring. With it, you still get your calcium, not as much as cow's milk, but it does give you the necessary amounts you need. Plus, you get vitamin D included, so it keeps your bones still strong and healthy, because I know that's usually the main reason why people drink cow's milk. And you can still get this with almond milk. And when you make the almond milk, don't worry about the taste, because you can add sweetener if you need to, so you can make the almond milk according to your tasting. It could be just for you. Plus, according to Alozzi's Yetunde's 2015 Nutritional and Sensory Properties of Almond Seed Milk article, it also gives insight into the other nutrients that comes with the seeds, such as being very dense with fiber, potassium, iron, and zinc. So it's giving you a lot more than cow's milk will, plus more, So I really hope that this speech inspires you to make that change in your lifestyle and in your diet to go from cow's milk to almond milk. I think it'll be a great change for yourself, for your skin, for your body, for your organs, for your insides all together. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for taking the time out to listen to my speech.